All right, today we're going to go over the creative process, at least a brief overview of what that might look like. Today it's rainy, it's overcast, and so it's a perfect day to be inside creating. Right now I'm creating some digital products. I've got something special that I'm creating and I'm so excited about it. It's so adorable. It's funny because I started creating stuff for women my age and then got completely sidetracked. I'm creating something different, just very different. But that's the beginning, is that idea. That's the first step in that creative process, is having that idea and allowing it to germinate. It could be something that somebody said or something you saw, an idea for a business that you are maybe missing something in your life and you thought, wow, we need to have more of this in our life. I don't know anything about it. I need to create a business, or I need to create this thing, whatever it is. Having that idea is just the beginning. Being able to formulate it, put it together, to decide if it's something that you want to pursue. I've had so many ideas for different things, and a lot of them I didn't pursue. A lot of them I let go by the wayside because they weren't things that really lit me up. They're like, yeah, this is a good idea. When you come across something that you're creating or you're getting an idea for and you kind of sketch it out, and it's something that excites you, that lights you up, that brings tears to your eye, tears of joy, that makes you feel like this is something that is worth doing. Could be a little scary, but absolutely exciting. That is the thing that you need to pursue, regardless of what anybody else says. So when I first did this thing, I thought, well, it's kind of childlike. It's not for women my age, it's for maybe kids. But the more that I'm working with it, the more that I'm enjoying it and realizing that regardless of whether it started out in a particular way with a particular audience in mind or particular demographic or particular style, it shifted into something that is more joyful to me. That means that that's the thing I'm going to follow, regardless of what my initial thought was, my initial projection for this project was. I'm following my heart and following the little breadcrumbs that are left by the universe for me to be able to go, yes, that's it. And as I progress through each little stage, I'm feeling more and more like this is something that is going to be so amazing. So, starting with that idea, and the next step is creating that rough sketch, that if you're doing an art piece, if you're writing a story, if you're creating a business, regardless of what that creative thing is, you need to have some sort of a rough outline, some sort of a guideline of what it is that you want to create. And then you can move forward. So you've seen tons of Leonardo da Vinci sketches. It's just a lot of them that he didn't finish. Oh my gosh, I've started so many businesses and they just didn't light me up. So I didn't pursue them beyond the initial startup to be able to realize, okay, is this something I wanted to do or not? So when you're creating something and you're in that stage of that rough outline, that rough sketch, allow yourself to shift if you want to follow the thing that makes you joyful, that lights you up, that, like Joseph Campbell says, you follow your bliss. If you're following your bliss and you're following the little things that light you up along that way, you're more inclined to first stick to it, and then three, enjoy it throughout the whole process, even when it gets ugly. And you get to the next stage, which is the trial and error stage, the adolescent age, the ugly stage. If you're creating something, there's always going to be an ugly stage. There's always going to be a stage where you're looking at it, God, what the heck is going on here? Things are disorganized, colors are not matching properly. What you're writing is just makes no sense. The business discombobulated and things are all over the place. That's the messy stage. That is just you trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do to be able to continue, to be able to get to where I want to be? This is the stage where a lot of people quit. They see the mess, they see the drawing that didn't quite turn out where the writing is off. You know, you're writing a poem and things don't rhyme, or you're writing music and it's got an off tone. Whatever it is, you're creating a business and things are scattered all over the place. This is the messy stage. This is the stage where people go, oh, yeah, this is not worth it. But if it's something that you really want to do and you've been following the breadcrumbs and you've been following the bliss and the little inklings that you get, you'll be on the right track. And all you need to do is just keep pushing and not give up. The whole thing about not giving up 3 feet from gold. Trust me, you're going to have several of these stages. It's not just one. And then all of a sudden everything comes together and it's perfect. You're going to create, and it's going to be like a roller coaster sometimes where it looks great and you're like, okay, I just need to add one more thing. And then it goes downhill. You're like, oh my God, why did I do that? But that one more thing was the thing that brought it to another stage, to be able to know what it is that you need to take away, you need to add, you need to continue, you need to take a tangent and change things a little bit. So you're going to have these stages. Then you're going to get into refinement, where you're putting the final touches on either portions of that business, different products that you've got, different clients that you're reaching out to, different clients that you want to work with, ones you want to work with, ones you don't want to work with an art piece or a writing. You're refining the final touches on it. You're putting those last little red marks on there to make corrections. You're sending it to an editor. You're sending it to a producer for music, whatever it may be. You're refining your process and you're refining that final product. Once you get into this stage, after you finish the refinement, you've got that final product, it can go out to the world. Now you can start sharing it. I know that sometimes it's scary. Like, I don't want anybody to see this. I'm going to get critics. I'm going to have people tell me it looks terrible. You know, I can't let it out into the world. I'm telling you right now, you can. And you will. You may not do it right away. I'll be completely honest. I've started many businesses and never marketed out to the world because I was scared that somebody wouldn't like it. I've created businesses and marketed it and it just tanked. I'm not that type of person. The businesses I was creating were not for me. They were not right for me. So you need to allow for that. If you create an art piece and you don't share it with the world, you've created it just for yourself, that's fine. It's okay for you to not to share that. But trust me, there will come a time when you're going to want to share these things with the world, because they deserve to see those works of art that you have created. There are always going to be people who don't like it. There will always be critics. There will always be people who will say nasty things, but I'm telling you right now, fuck them. There will be people who will love it. And those people are the ones that you want to continue to share things with. The ones who appreciate you, the ones who love the work that you're doing, whatever it may be. Those are the people that you keep sharing with. The ones who are saying the nasty things, the haters, the people who have nothing positive to say, disregard them. Unless somebody gives you some constructive criticism, disregard them. They are in their own little world of jealousy and pettiness, and you don't need to mind them. So when you're in that creative process and you're going through this whole thing, it may take you a week, may take you a day, may take you years. Me, sometimes it takes years. That said, just keep going. Don't give up. Don't let anybody tear you down and say that you're not good enough, because I know you're good enough. I know you have it in you. Regardless of what that creative thing is, do it. Create it. Share it with the world. Share it down below. Tell me what you're working on. And don't forget to subscribe and do the little thumbs up if this resonates you, and do the bell. And also, don't forget, live life adventurously. It's the only way to. Bye.